Tom Piotrowski joins us live now from CommSec for a look at the markets today. Tom, good morning to you. A story, the markets are not going to get better than that, but we'll give it a go anyway. How are we looking?
No, thoroughly humbling, and it relegates pretty much everything that'll be said afterwards for a while, Pete. But nonetheless, we'll try and focus on what's going to happen in the markets today. The futures are telling us we'll be up by around 0.1% when trade gets underway locally. So not a bad outcome to be able to build at least on yesterday's 0.5% gain that we saw for the local share market. And the signals that we got from the Northern Hemisphere last night were generally quite positive, bearing in mind that the hurdles for the markets really start to come into sharper relief towards the back end of the week. But nonetheless, last night, what stood out, the broader US market, the S&P 500, up 0.7%, but it was a recovery for tech stocks that really stood out. So the Nasdaq was up by 1.1%, bearing in mind that we have seen bellwethers in the tech space in recent times in the US come under significant pressure. Apple is the one that stands out the most. It's lost about 7% in the last couple of days. It had a recovery of sorts last night, up by 1/3%. Big week for Apple with product launches coming down the pipe. We saw miners do well in European trade. There were gains in the order of about 1/3 to 0.5% for European markets generally last night. So today, locally, two important outcomes. We've got sentiment surveys at a consumer and a business level, the monthly ones from the NAB and Westpac. That'll be interesting to look at. Whether or not it moves the needle in terms of sentiment is another question entirely. But we're seeing a bit of recovery for resource stocks, as I said, in European trade last night, thanks to some better lending numbers that we got out of China. So it's a question of whether or not that will continue today. Oil prices moderated slightly from that high $88 area last night, so down by about 1/4%. And we saw gold down by around 0.2% as well. So US dollar fading a little bit, which has pushed the Aussie dollar back above 64 US cents to 64.3 US cents.
Tom, it's $2.30 a litre petrol at the moment. How long is it going to stay that high for?
Look, it's a very good question, Pete, because the price of oil has now consolidated at a higher level. However, it seems to be rejecting that at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're going to see higher prices for a while, but the state of parlous growth in China could be the limiting factor as far as oil prices are concerned. So that's the thing to look out for in the near term.
Good one, Tom. Thank you.